So, who tried him out? Who likes Byleth? Is he an alright character? Is she an alright character? Do you like Byleth? Is it alright? Is the character... Whatever. Let me know what you guys think about Byleth real quick. If you've been able to play as the character yet. Otherwise, look, I've always said it. I was always open to the idea of Byleth. And I'm currently enjoying the play style. Hits pretty hard. Yeah, enjoyable. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of Byleth real quick. And then also, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Slackers. Next matchup in the tournament. Everyone is here. So we got to get things rolling here. So... If you haven't seen this whole tournament, this whole series, it's very simple. 100 characters are put into a tournament each day on the channel, except Sundays. I upload one of the matches from the tournament, and then we'll talk about the 2 characters that, well, happen to be in the matchup. So I'll go over a mini moveset pool, maybe a couple facts, whatever it might be about the character, and then we'll vote down in the comments, but you guys know the deal. Voting's a part of the rules, so here's all the rules on the screen for you guys right now. Alright, you guys see those, so I'm going to run through them here real quickly. Rule number 1, this whole thing is for fun. And that means basically when it comes to voting, vote for who you personally want between the 2 characters in the match. Not who's necessarily more likely, but vote for who you personally would rather have. That's how I want you to vote. Keep in mind though, you only get 1 vote per person. How do you vote? That's simple. Down in the comments, you simply type the name of the character that you are voting for. And then, well, if you... Okay, hold on. If you do like both the characters that are in the matchup, it is completely okay. It's always been a rule. You can vote for both. Simply type the word both. Easy. So yeah, that's a thing. But remember, you do only get 1 vote per person. Rest of the rules, though, double elimination, meaning any character has to lose twice before they're officially eliminated. Once we get to the results to determine winner and loser, if there happens to be a tie in the voting, we'll flip a coin on camera. It's the fairest way to break a tie. And then each matchup, voting-wise, only lasts for just 1 week. So basically, you have 7 days to get your votes in from when the episode gets uploaded. You have 7 days. If your vote comes in after that, well, it's just not going to count. Alright, those are the rules, so let's get to the rest of the matchup. And the video? Yeah. Alright, we got to go over the results from last week. Again, loser bracket. Somebody else is getting eliminated today. Quick reminder, next week we are back in the winner's bracket. So, yeah, that'll be fun. We're going to have some pretty good matches up there. But let's take care of business right now. Loser bracket match. It was between Arle from the Puyo Puyo series taking on Monster Hunter, or the Hunter from Monster Hunter. So, this one surprised me. I thought it was going to go the other way. But the winner of the match ended up being the Hunter from Monster Hunter. I thought Arle was going to win because there's a lot of kind of buzz around here lately with theories and stuff like that, but nah, Monster Hunter ended up winning 35 votes to just 20 for Arle. So unfortunately Arle is eliminated, but you guys know everyone except 1 character is going to be eliminated. So congrats to Monster Hunter for at least moving on for at least 1 more match. But yeah, that's the result. So we'll go straight into the matchup for today, which we have a Legend of Zelda against Pokemon. So we have, well, Impa from, I guess, what, Hyrule Warriors or Legend of Zelda, that franchise. Yeah, I think some people have heard about that one. And Impa's opponent happens to be Sceptile from the Pokemon franchise. You guys have heard of Pokemon too? Yeah, 2 pretty big franchises for Nintendo. But yeah, let's do this. So Impa's up first. Now, I think this could be said way more for the Legend of Zelda series than it can be for Pokemon. Legend of Zelda series deserves, maybe even kind of needs, a new rep in Smash Bros. A fresh face, just something additional. Yeah, okay, we got Young Link back, that was cool. But where's the new characters? There's so many in the Legend of Zelda universe. There's so many reoccurring characters. There's been popular kind of one-off characters that people are still, they still cling to. But like, I find it like a little baffling. Like, alright, Legend of Zelda is what, Nintendo's third, at least top 3 biggest franchise that they own. Top 3 IP that they own. And yet, if you really want to break it down, we have what, 3 characters? If you really want to break it down. I mean, we have Link, Zelda, Sheik, and Ganondorf, and then Link number 2 and Link number 3, but come on, please. Okay, here's a theory. Here's a theory real quick. Breath of the Wild 2, most of us should know, and if you don't, you're welcome for this news. Breath of the Wild 2 is being made. Now, here's a random theory. Oh God, I'm making my own theory. Okay, it's not a theory. Scratch that. It's not a theory. Here's just an idea I'm going to float out to you guys. So as we know, the Fighter Pass Volume 2 is officially out. I already purchased it. We could have a different conversation. Why are you buying a Fighter Pass if you don't know who's in it? I love Smash Bros. It's my favorite series. If they say, yeah, here, you can buy some more characters and stages and whatnot, yeah, you take my money, have it. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. Impa, or Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2 mainly. We know it's a development. We don't know the release date, but here's where this idea I'm going to float out to you guys. What if Legend of Zelda, or okay, the whole tie-in here for the Fighters Pass, it has a tentative, end date of December 31st of 2021. That is obviously a placeholder. If there's ever a date that says, yeah, released by December 31st, it's a clear and obvious placeholder, alright? Don't read anything into that. But that kind of makes us assume, alright, DLC's gonna go on. Nintendo looks to be supporting Smash Bros. For another 2 full years. That's great news. I ain't gonna say no to that. But here's where my idea comes in. What if by the time they start wrapping up, the final character, or within the final 2 characters of the Fighter Pass, that Breath of the Wild 2 officially gets like a huge reveal, like, a lot more in depth on what the game might be. What if there happens to be a brand new Legend of Zelda character in, that's going to be a big focus point for the game? What if that happens? And then what if Nintendo goes, long-term thinking here, Breath of the Wild 2, new character in Smash Bros. Yes, they can use it, obviously, for promotion. They essentially did it with Byleth, even though Byleth's game already came out, but it's a Nintendo game. It makes sense to think that Nintendo's going to have a first-party character in Smash Bros., right? Or, obviously. No, it's going to make sense to assume that the Fighter Pass 2, there's going to be at least one first-party character, right? Whether it is from Breath of the Wild 2, a new character. Maybe it happens to be one of the new Pokemon from Generation 8, Sword or Shield, one of them, potentially. Maybe Psylux from Metroid Prime 4, once that does officially release. Maybe they tie in the two. I don't know. It could be an option. I'm just saying. But, overall, I think it could be a possibility. And now that I'm saying all this, I just realized I made zero case for Impa. I'm so sorry. The big case is Legend of Zelda needs a new rep. Impa has the moveset. Hyrule Warriors, there's great... you can take a lot from that. Impa, there's a lot there. I apologize. I should have spent more time on Impa than my Breath of the Wild. Wow. This matchup has to do with Impa, and I, barely talked about it. Oops. My bad. Sorry. But you guys know who Impa is by this point. But, let's move to our opponent, though. Sceptile, Pokemon. Alright, so, Pokemon. Yeah, it's probably another one of those franchises that's like, alright, you got enough reps, okay? You have enough reps. But I still think that Pokemon has to be a strong contender to get a character in Fighter Pass Volume 2. I do. Whether you like Pokemon or not, or however you might feel about Gen 8, you gotta at least think that there's a strong consideration for it, right? So, let's focus. Let's not make my same mistake with Impa. Like I said, I was focusing on a future game. I'm focusing on future Gen 8 support. Okay, I need to shift focus to Sceptile here for a second, but I want to finish my Gen 8. So, it makes more sense to think if Pokemon is to get a DLC character in Smash Ultimate in the Fighter Pass 2, most likely it's going to be, Sword and Shield related. Maybe it's one of the fully evolved starters, Rillaboom, Cinderace, or Inteleon. Maybe it's one of the newer Pokemon that they're going to be pushing, and they're going to have some sort of another trailer or something to go along with it, because Pokemon Sword and Shield having DLC released later this year. 2 installments, I believe. What was it? One in the summer and one in the fall or something like that. So maybe they use that to tie. Urshifu comes to mind potentially, but let's shift focus to Sceptile. So Sceptile, I think one of the biggest points that Sceptile can still have is, actually there's kind of two. One, fully evolved, the fully evolved grass starter's final form. That made sense. But we don't have a fully evolved grass starter final form as a playable rep on the roster. That's still something a lot of people do want to see, whether you want more Pokemon or you don't. It's still a big, thing people do talk about. So Sceptile fills that very well. Arguably one of the, if not the most popular in terms of the fully evolved grass starters. Probably the most popular, but I mean, like, moveset, obviously Pokemon is super easy, right? Pokemon can go through all sorts of their normal moves, by leveling up. They got egg moves. They got, you could teach them TMs and not HMs. Those don't exist anymore. But you could do all sorts of really cool things with the moves. Like, there's no issue whatsoever. Plus, being a grass, I mean, I already made the point for the grass, but that'd be pretty cool to finally see. Even though I'm a pretty big Rillaboom supporter at the moment. Yeah. Anyway, though, Sceptile, grass, starter, awesome. Pokemon, yeah, it could be a touchy subject. Could Nintendo pull that again, though? Again, with another franchise? They did it with, look, they've already decided the DLC. Got to keep that in mind as well. So as much as we didn't, a lot of people, there's a big, outlash at Byleth when it was first revealed, right? A lot of people were disappointed, or, they were just kind of, like, let down, like, that's the final reveal, really? Could they do something like that with Pokemon, and maybe kind of, I don't know, whatever. Maybe it could happen either way. I don't know, Sceptile and Impa. Sadly, I do believe, Sceptile, I do think Sceptile's time is kind of past. The second point I never got to. Gen 3 doesn't really have any proper representation. Sceptile can really help that as well. Just going to throw that point out there, but yeah, between these two, look, I'm in the boat easy that Legend of Zelda needs a new rep way more than Pokemon needs a new rep. But I'm voting Sceptile in this one. Impa is an alright character for me. There's so many different characters from Legend of Zelda that I would much rather see than Impa. Skull Kid immediately comes to mind. Let's see, who else? Vatty would be kind of interesting. There's Tingle. I don't know, maybe not Tingle, but Linkle, anybody? I don't know. Lana? I don't. Hyrule Warriors? I don't know. There's some better potential, or there's characters from Legend of Zelda that I'd much rather see before Impa, but I don't know. I guess so. Sceptile gets my vote mainly because it's a fully evolved grass starter. So, yeah, that's my vote. Let me know who you guys got down in the comments. Impa, who I really didn't talk about today, or Sceptile, who I didn't do much better for a case, but let me know who you guys are voting for down in the comments. And then, yeah, that is going to be it for this one. I guess a little sneak peek for tomorrow. Matchup tomorrow is going to be Octolings from the Splatoon universe, and their opponent is Sora. I look weird right now. I think in the last tournament I did, Sora and Octolings faced each other. So, kind of a rematch. Sora won that one, by the way. I'd have to go back and look, though. But I'm pretty sure they faced each other, so that's kind of interesting. But that's the matchup for tomorrow, and then the results we'll get for Rimu from the Toho Project, who's taking on 2B from Nier Automata. Anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, as always. Hopefully catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.